Hey, hey, what's up? What's up? Vic here with Soci Snap. We're going to be talking specifically about the news. This is our green room. We're going to be talking about what is going crazy. What is the YouTube blowing up on right now? Well, in case you have been hiding under a rock, the PlayStation and the Xbox are kind of at war with each other right now. So the PlayStation came out and put out the first punch. What ended up happening is they sold out a day before they were supposed to even launch. In the first few minutes when they went live with pre-orders a few minutes before. I've been watching this phenomenon because it's so fascinating. We have so many things happening in the world, and all anyone really cares about is can they get their PlayStation and can they get their Xbox on day one. Now, I was present during these previous launches of the PlayStation 4 and of the Xbox One X. And what I can tell you from my personal experience, this is a marketing tactic. There is no shortage of consoles. This is deliberately engineered so that it creates a pressure wave. And we learn this when you're launching any product. The first ones in have some sort of perk. Well, in this case, it's the fear of not getting it on day one or having to wait for a week while all of your friends are getting it, or maybe possibly it being sold out and you won't even be able to get it before Christmas. Those are the fears that people have in their mind. And I also want to point out to you that I've been watching YouTube this all day. There's a bunch of other tubers that are out there talking about this phenomenon. And they're actually recommending that people camp out. There are people going to be pitching their tents at Walmart and at GameStop just to be in line so that they can pre-order the very first edition. And I'm saying, you know what? I've already got my notification set on Amazon.
Just wipe
If
these out.
they do
I'll pick them
become
you guys.
available, I'm just going to go ahead and order it first thing in the morning. And if they don't, I already know, I've heard through fairly reliable sources, there's going to be 2 or 3 other pre-order rollouts leading up to the November 12th launch. This is crazy. It's now September 24th, and people are going to wait in line, camp out, literally camp out in the middle of a pandemic in order to pre-order something at Walmart. Is that crazy or what? I want to just bring on my co-host in New York City, Mr. Peter Wolfing. You're a multi-millionaire. You have helped people generate 6 and 7 figure incomes. You're a mentor. You're a coach. I don't like to use the word retired. You're not retired. You used to be a sergeant in the Marine Corps. What do you think about this craziness of this PlayStation versus Xbox war? I think it's like the Cold War. Over to you, Peter.
Yeah, it's I just typed in it's high level buyer psychology. So they pay people big bucks to come up with these things, and this launching a day ahead of time it's creating a false sense of scarcity, right? So it creates this hype and this, oh my God, I have to have it now kind of thing, where people are jumping in to get it, thinking they might not get it, like you had mentioned, and it creates this unrealistic buzz. So I find that it's almost like a Black Friday kind of thing, right? Except for they didn't launch it early in secret, so everybody's anticipating this thing coming out. So say Black Friday was tomorrow, and they say all of a sudden we're going to open up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then the day before they said, okay, we're open now. It's that type of thing. Everybody's like, oh my God, and they got to flood in to get the stuff before everybody else buys it, right? So it's that kind of psychology, and seems to be working. It gives it this buzz, and it gets all this free publicity and this buzz talking between people on the internet. And so now it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where they're all talking about it, and they don't have to pay for this marketing. So it's a great choice on their end to be able to do that. It seems to be working.
Yeah, it's totally crazy what's happening right now in the world. I think that if if you just want to chill out and relax, just go to Amazon. There's a little notification. If you want to buy the product, they will send you an email as soon as it becomes available. But I can tell you that I've heard reliable sources say that they're going to reopen the cart tomorrow morning. So some of you will be watching this. We've had thousands of people watch my last stream that happened a week ago, right around this time, but I didn't do it live. I just fired up my Zoom. I hit the record button for 5 minutes. I made a quick video, and I had 90, I think it's on a 96% approval rating, just giving people a sense of peace, saying, you know what, stay safe, order it online. It'll come when it comes. I predict if you order it anytime between now and November, you're going to get it on opening day, because I know things about Amazon. Here's why I would place my bets on Amazon instead of someone else. One of my dear friends actually works at Amazon. She's actually the girlfriend of a friend of mine. We play Frisbee together, or aerobie as it's called. And she works at Amazon training all the employees. And she says, you have no idea. Do you know how they can get you these products so quickly? Do you have any idea how they do that? Take a guess. Do people think there's like one central warehouse? No.
All over the country.
There is a warehouse in just about every district. And he said it's gazillions of square feet that houses duplicate copies of most of the products in the inventory. And so when they ship it, it literally is like it goes to the warehouse nearest you, and then they have this infrastructure that figures out exactly how to get it to you on time in the time that they say they do. Now, a little bit of knowledge, some of you may or might not know this, but Walmart invented that technology. And it's always been a feud between Walmart and Amazon because Jeff Bezos borrowed the idea. He borrowed the software to do the inventory control across multiple supply
Well, Vic,
chains.
if you remember back when Amazon was first getting started, every single year they ran at a deficit, and we're like, how can you keep this company going when you're at millions and millions and millions of dollars in deficit? And they say, oh, we're building infrastructure. That's exactly what they're doing. I just drive up and down from New York to New Jersey somewhere, and I see a big Amazon warehouse. I mean, it's football field size big, right? Then I go in another direction up through Connecticut, and I see an Amazon warehouse, right? So, and they just were going to have one in New York, and that fell through. But they build them in strategic locations to cut the shipping costs down. And once that infrastructure is set up, now they're making massive profits. And literally, you ever drive through little rural America and you see all these old main streets and old Broadways, they're all boarded up because they have the Amazon effect, and all the small businesses can't compete because they built such a massive infrastructure that how can you compete with that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm betting on Amazon as my place to go pick up this technology. And if they don't have it, it's just that the powers that be have not issued the pre-order inventory to them yet. And the yet is double, triple underlined, okay? Because they're also giving it to Walmart. They're giving it to Best Buy. They're giving it to these little third-party companies. I've seen YouTubers today talk about these weird places in the United Kingdom you're going to be ordering the PlayStation from. It's like, oh, seriously? Do you really think, honestly, do you really think that Amazon is not going to have enough PlayStations to fulfill the amount of people that want to buy it on opening day? Seriously, do you really think that? No. They will. This is a deliberate, engineered marketing launch. This is one of the biggest pre-launches in history. Probably in history, because we have a pandemic. People are bored. They want something new. They want to play Spider-Man. What more do you have to say?
Yeah, it's like, but they'll have, what they'll do is they'll engineer it so that this way all of the media outlets will hype it up as they may not have enough, right? And you know, what the media outlets do right now with the news is, even though they don't know if it's true or not, just to get the news out, they'll say if it's true, then they'll go with whatever they're going to say, right? So about anybody. So the same thing here, they're going to, if it's true and they don't have enough, that's enough to really say that they're not going to have it, even though they know they are going to have it. You know, so they get the same effect. They get the same effect.
It's exactly true, and that's exactly what they're doing. And there's a movie I saw on Netflix. I highly recommend you watch it. That's your homework assignment. All of you who are in our masterclass, please watch this movie. However you can, please watch this movie. It's called The Social Dilemma. It's on Netflix. And one of the things they say there, aside from all the doom and gloom, they put statistically proof that fake news generates 7 times more advertising revenue than real news. 7 times more advertising revenue. In other words, if something is unproven, unchecked, no fact checking, just someone's opinion, albeit most fake news is rooted with a little bit of truth, but there's a little teensy weensy 5% that's, you know, we don't really know. It's kind of like you go to the pub. It closes at 6 o'clock promptly. Why are there still people able to get a beer at 6:15? You know what I mean? It's that little tiny little gray area. It's kind of like that Marvel movie with Spider-Man and Iron Man. And he's sitting there with Robert Downey Jr. in the back seat of a limo. And he says, don't do anything that I would do, okay? And certainly don't do anything that I wouldn't do. That little tiny gray area, that's where you, Mr. Spider-Man, need to operate. Over to you, Peter. That's like one of my best favorite lines.
I'm just typing in
Netflix,
the correct name.
Dilemma.
So I spelled it wrong, but there you go. Social Dilemma. I'm looking at that on my.
Yeah, you have to set it to all panelists and attendees. So we're actually on live.
Oh, okay,
Zoom
okay.
right
Here you go.
We're on live Zoom right now, and then this is being simulcast over to our YouTube channel. And I got an error message. It says, error, you need to change the video resolution. I have it set to 1920, which is the way I normally stream. But Zoom is only able to output at 720. So there's a possibility this is not actually being live on the streaming service yet. So what I'm going to do is we're going to ramp it back up again. We still got 6 minutes before showtime, and we're going to do a take 2. And this time I'm going to lower the resolution a little bit and see if that makes a difference. So if you haven't yet pre-ordered the PlayStation or the Xbox and you want to, I'll put links below this video for Amazon, how you can do that. My recommendation is chill out. Just chill out, man. There is no fear that you will not get the console. You will get the console. This is the biggest launch probably in the last decade. It's probably going to be the biggest retail rollout in history. This is the lowest price these consoles have ever been released because they ripped out the hard drive. They ripped out the disk drive. There are no moving parts. What you're buying is a chip in a box. That's it. You're buying a chip in a box with fans.
and beautiful box design. Yeah.
Beautiful box design. And I'm sure they could probably make it the size of a phone if they wanted to, right?
That's so true.
Because you want to have this thing that looks nice. It kind of glows when you plug it in. It has little colors on it, but probably if you break the thing open, it's mostly empty space with a lot of fan room so it can push air out. because there's no moving parts, there's nothing spinning, it's not really going to generate too much.
I thought if you opened up, there'd probably be a hamster and a wheel or something. That's about
It's a chip. It's a chip in a box.
A chip in a box.
Chip in a box. Awesome, awesome. So I hope you got some value out of this. We're going to do several other live streams on this channel today on different topics, not just the PlayStation. We're going to be talking about how you can also be a broadcaster. I'm Vic with SoCSnap, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.